Hey, welcome back to RC3D, Ryan here. In this video, it's going to be a quick tutorial showing you how I made the lights flicker inside this lantern. You can use this inside any prop, change up the colours. I've got multiple LEDs on a flickering candle LED from like the pound shop. So this is a quick, easy guide and it should cost you next to nothing. So stay tuned and we'll get to that. Cheers. Right, so starting off, you want the LEDs that you want. So the colours I've chosen are like an orange. And I've wrapped 3 of the orange LEDs together. So just wrapping up the neutral and the positive. And I have a connector there for a 9-volt battery and a button. So I'm going to just put the connector on top of the battery. See, it's a push button. It's not momentary. If you use a momentary, it won't stay on unless you hold it down. Heat shrink tubing. You don't have to use heat shrink tubing. You can use electrical tape. That'll work fine as well. So I'm going to grab heat shrink tubing and just test. Yeah, just testing it that it's going to cover my connector there, and it will. So I'm just going to wire this up onto the button. So once that's through the hole, it's going to give it a little twist just to make sure that it can take a little bit of strain in case it pulls for whatever reason. Sliding down my heat shrink tubing and then going to give it a blast with a heat gun. Right, now that we've heated that up, we're going to pry this bottom off and the top off using a small flathead screwdriver. There's no glues or screws or anything like that. Everything should just pop off within a few seconds. And what we're after is the LED. Okay, so there's a bottom. Let's chuck that away. And we're going to be wiring up this LED to the live wires coming from the battery and the switch. Just before we do that, we need to wire up another live wire coming off the other end of the switch. And what the switch does on the live wire is it just interrupts the connection coming from the battery to power the LEDs. So I'll chuck on another bit of heat shrink tubing, give that a blast as well, and move on to putting the LED on. Right, so the LED needs to be wired up in the exact same way that the switch is. So both connectors on the bottom of the LED need to be wired up on the red live wire because it acts as an interrupt in the circuit. So when I turn this on, the LEDs flicker. And if you've chosen a different color, I'm going to keep mine uncovered because I'm going to use the brightness of the candle LED in my lantern. But say if you were choosing purple, pink, green, you know, whatever, wrap electrical tape around the flickering LED to hide that color, just to keep the LEDs that you want. But quick, simple, easy, nice and cheap. So the rest of the video, I'm going to be going through installing this into my Elden Ring lantern. If you want to see me do a video on the build for the Elden Ring lantern, let me know in the comments section. I'd be happy to put one together in a video so people can see how I've made that and painted it up and, you know, all that good stuff. So I will just say it's a good idea to use a reflective surface inside your prop just to reflect the light coming from the inside of it outside, and they'll appear a lot brighter as well. So here I'm using a chrome vinyl wrap that I've got on hand, but you can use kitchen foil or metallic tape, anything like that. Okay, so now I'm going to drill out a hole for where my button is going to go in the bottom of the lantern. I'm starting with a slightly smaller drill bit because I don't want to risk cracking or splitting any of the plastic. And I'll go in with a bigger drill bit and hopefully everything will work out. Right, so everything did work out, and I have also realised that the cables on my switch down here are a little bit short, so I'm going to have to extend them. Right, so I made the wires a little bit longer, just by adding an extra length with some heat shrink. Now I'm just going to put this together and plug in the battery, and hopefully all should still work. Perfect. So I'm just going to slip the 9-volt battery in the bottom so I can access it if I ever have to change it, and get the rest of this together. Alright, so we're more or less done. I'm going to add a little bit more paint to this. Sorry about the workspace. It's a mess. The Wallmaker's workspace isn't. But yeah, so we're all together. I've added a chain. And I think it looks great. I've tried to copy this reference image that I'll throw up now. So yeah. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, found this helpful, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. So cheers and take care.